Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mandy. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. I hope that you'll stick around, hit that red subscribe button, and become part of our family. So we're doing a tag video today. I haven't done one of these in a while, and when I seen this one going around, I really was intrigued in it, and I wanted to give it a try. Plus, I haven't really got any boxes so far to unbox for you guys, so I needed another video idea anyway to keep the channel going. And this is the high-end makeup tag. Now, I am looking down at my notes. If you see me looking down, that is why. So the creator of this video, and I will link her down below. I love her. I watch her all the time. Actually, all three of these ladies that I'm getting ready to say. Jen Phelps did the drugstore brand. So hers was, you know, all these questions about the drugstore. So I will make sure I link her down below, her channel down below. And also the high end, I'm not sure who came up with the way to do it for a high-end video, but I know that Kelly Gooch and Jenna Froese had collabed on this video, so I will leave both of their channels down below. I love them both. I watch all three ladies pretty much every video that they drop. I love them so much, along with so many other creators, which I was actually thinking about doing that video as well. The creators that made 2020 a little bit better. So we may do that video. If you're interested to see who I watch, let me know down below. That might push me to do that video. However, we're here for this one. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So the first question is, if you could only use one high-end brand, which one would it be? So these questions are really hard. I had to think of as a whole, and I didn't want to put people behind the brand, because then, you know, there's always flaws in every single brand. But I was trying to figure out what I could what had the most products that I use from that particular brand. So I came up with Anastasia. Now I know there's issues going on, so that's why I said I wanted to separate the people from the brand. But I mean, if you think about it, Anastasia has pretty much everything you need. I love her eyeshadow formula, or their eyeshadow formula. The Brow Wiz I use all the time. The brow gel I use. The highlighters. Their blushes are pretty good. I kind of, you know, I could use them if I had to. I mean, just everything. What am I thinking of? Their loose highlighters. I mean, there's just, you could probably find their mascara, everything. You could probably find everything that you needed to do a full face of theirs in their brand. So that's why I picked Anastasia. That was a really hard question, because I was trying to think you know, what I could use, what would give me the most, if that makes any sense. So the next question, number 2. What is the most underrated high-end brand? Now, this question really, it's so stinking hard. I had skipped this question and went back to it at the end. Still couldn't figure it out. I think that all the high-end brands, I mean, they all get talked about. They all get love. Whether or not people like them that much, you know, but they all get talked about. So it's hard to pick an underrated one. So I went with something that was talked about a lot back in the day, but they have not gotten much love for their new releases. So I am talking about, and I'm trying to get the palettes, the Lorac brand. So their old palettes, they were great when they were old. They're not so great now. And this one is the Pro Palette 3. It's, you know, a chalky palette, but they were everything when they were, you know, when these first came out. And then people really haven't talked about them much. And they just released, for holiday, these new Noir palettes. Now, I think there's another one of these size one, there's another one of this size one, and then there's a bigger one. The formula on these, and this is a spoiler, because this is going to be in my haul video that you guys haven't seen yet. But I've been trying this out and the formula is amazing. Like, it's so buttery and so pretty. I definitely think these deserve more than what they're getting right now. So that's why I picked that, you know, the most underrated high-end brand, because they do have other products too. You know, they have their blushes and their highlighters and their lipsticks and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it was either going to be that or Lime Crime, but Lime Crime really hasn't impressed anybody lately. I have seen people actually talk about these, but not very much. Lime Crime, you don't hear anybody talk about, and they really, would they come out with like a their best shades or something for their holiday palette, so they really didn't change anything up or come up with anything new. So that's why I went with Lorac. So moving on, number 3. What is the most overrated high-end brand? Now this one was pretty easy for me. I had to say Hourglass. Their products are ridiculously priced. They are good products. They don't know how to include everybody. That's facts. Which, you know, upsets a lot of people. But their powders are great. Like, I actually have on their dim light finishing powder and a little bit of the contour from their holiday palette, and I do buy them, but I think I can get like similar looks to their palettes for a lot cheaper. I just think like it's really overpriced and overhyped for what they are. Even like their concealer and their mascara, their veil spray, I mean, it's ridiculously priced. So that's why I came up with Hourglass. Number 4. What is your favorite high-end product under $50? This was simple. Where'd I put them? And it is the Natasha Denona $25 mini palettes. I love these things. I have quite a few more over here behind me. These are so easy to just grab one and hurry up if you have to like do a look for work really quick. So simple, like you cannot mess it up. I absolutely love these, and this is actually what got me hooked to this brand, which will make an appearance later. I tried not to double anything, but you guys, this is seriously like, these are amazing. I know they're $25 each, but you know, I think they're amazing. I can't really say anything else about them. I love them. All right, so where are we at? Number 5. What's a hidden gem from the high end that nobody talks about? So I actually have 2 answers here, because first I'm going to say my blinged brushes. Now I know it's not really like makeup, so that's why I picked another one, but there's only a few people that talk about these, and I think they are so gorgeous and so pretty, and you know, I think that more people should definitely be trying out these brushes, because once you get these, you do not go back. Well, I don't anyway. Like, that is all I use for face and eye brushes pretty much, unless they're dirty, which some of them are right now. But I think it is such a great brand, and they're just beautiful. Pretty sure they're like a lifetime guarantee, so if something happens to them, they'll replace them. So, but as far as makeup, and this took a while as well, so I went ahead with the Viseart Paris Edit palette, because it's just an easy palette. I mean, they talked about it a little bit when it came out, I think last year, but it's just so simple. You can't, like the Natasha Denona ones, you can't mess it up. The quality it's amazing. Like, Viseart shadows are beautiful, and it's just so easy. They're interchangeable. They're magnetized, so you can take them out and put them in whatever you want. I just think that this doesn't get any love, and it's a beautiful palette. So that is my answer for number 5. All right, so number 6, I know a couple people shared this answer. I think, who was it? Was it Jenna, I believe, that picked this? And it is your favorite high-end foundation. Now, this I discovered maybe 3-4 months ago, and I love it so much. If I'm not using my Misha BB cream, I'm using this one, and it is the Uma Beauty Say What foundation. Mine is in Fair Lady T2N, and I love this. It's so nice on. It's a natural foundation. I really like it. It says it's matte. It says soft matte hydrating, but to me it comes out more of a natural finish. I don't get a matte look with it. I absolutely love it, and just, you know, one of my favorites for sure. Like, I definitely will be repurchasing when this does empty out. All right, moving on. So number 7, what products do you tend to buy? Only high-end products. So, I mean, I do buy a lot of drugstore and I do buy a lot of high-end. So it's pretty much a mixture, but I figured like what I used the most of over my drugstore palette, or not palettes, over my drugstore makeup would be high-end lipsticks. And the reason I say that is because I do feel like they last longer. They have like some better, not necessarily better textures, but it's just the lasting power. Maybelline and what's the other one? L'Oreal make really good lipsticks. So does Milani, but I think their staying power is not as good as, say, like MAC or Tom Ford, which Tom Ford's ridiculous. I just have little minis that I got from them, but I absolutely love them. And of course, Pat McGrath, they have their sale going on right now where you can get $12 lipsticks from them, and it's just, that's what I'm wearing now. It's gorgeous, and it lasts, and it's comfortable. So that would be my answer for that question, would be lipsticks. All right, moving on. We're trying to get through this pretty quickly because I don't want to drag this out. We are at number 8. And it is, what high-end brand do I think is overpriced? Now, I know I'm going to get some lashing for this, and I don't really have a whole lot of this brand's products, but it is because I think it's really overpriced, and it is Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I did buy her mystery box, and I do like her products. Like, I love her lipsticks, and like I said, I can't really say anything because of the Pat McGrath, but I will not pay full price for Pat McGrath lipsticks. She always does these sales, and I wait for them, or I get the little minis. Charlotte Tilbury, I mean, it's like, I really wanted the I Need a Nude lipsticks, but I was not going to pay, what, $28 or something for them. And her quads, her little 4-pan shades that are so neutral, like you barely get any colorful looks. They're like $50, $60. Her long palettes as she comes out at holiday, they're like $80, and they're so neutral. And I just think you can get that look with other products. You know, what I use, the number 7 powder, is basically a dupe for her regular finishing powder or setting powder, the pressed one. Forget what it's called, but I mean, the number 7 powder does the same exact thing. So I really do think that she's very, you know, overrated and overpriced, but I mean, her products do work really well. So that's why I didn't choose it for the overrated one. I chose it for the overpriced one because, I mean, you really do get the quality there, but I just think it's just too much money. All right, moving on. We are now at number 9, and it is favorite high-end limited edition product. Now, this was really hard too because I try not to get very many limited editions products because I do have a YouTube channel and I don't want to use something that you guys cannot use. However, after thinking about it pretty long and hard, because, you know, this was really difficult, I did come up with the Tarte Holiday Blush Sets because I think they're really good. Tarte is known for their blush. Well, they're not necessarily known for their blushes, but their blushes are great, and most people know that. So when they come out with these holiday palettes that actually have like the highlighter and the bronzer and the blush in there, I don't want to blind you guys. They're gorgeous. They are, you know, they work just as well as their regular products. It's like, it's not a different formulation. you get, the price is just outstanding for what you get. And I'm like, last year's set, I have no idea where it is. I can't find it, but it's so beautiful, just the same as this. Like, they work very, very well. So if I had to say limited edition, it would definitely be these. I mean, there's like limited edition palettes, like the Sultry palette and stuff, but they come back. So that's why I didn't pick that. I picked a holiday set that I know is not coming back. But anyway, the Tarte Christmas blush sets. All right, so number 10. What is the best high-end shadow formula? If you guys watched my favorite palettes of 2020 that I tried, you would know that my favorite was the Pat McGrath Mothership, what is it, 7 Divine Rose or something? 5, 6, 7, it's 8. Okay, so Divine Rose 2, it's the 8th palette. But I love her formula. I did get the Christmas one because I don't have the Star Wars one. And I really want that 6-pan rose one that sold out super quick when it went on sale. I forget what it's called. Decadent Rose or something. I really want that. I absolutely love her formula. Like, even my husband knows, like I say Mother Pat all the time. He even knows that I love this formula. It is so nice. It works so well. You really can't go wrong. Like, they just, all the shades work together really, really well. And they're super pigmented. They blend out. There's not very much fallout. I mean, I really think, I don't know that it's worth the price. I would definitely wait and get these on sale. I wouldn't pay full price for these palettes because I don't think any makeup is worth that price. But I think that the formula is amazing, and I love these, and I would love to add some more Pat McGrath to my collection. So I'm going to say that my favorite formulation is Pat McGrath. All right, so number 11, what's the worst high-end eyeshadow formulation? This was really hard too because I really don't have problems with, you know, foundation and, eyeshadows. I make them work. However, I don't know if this one's considered a high-end brand, so I actually picked 2 of them. And I want to say Pure, their eyeshadows. So I recently got the Barbie palette. It's horrible. It's so chalky. The pigmentation is not there. I can make it work by building it up. Like, this is more of like a beginner's palette. But I think that their formulation is not great. However, I don't know that you would consider this high-end. So if I had to pick another brand, I would say Smashbox. Same deal. Like, their palettes are very chalky. You can make them work. Like, it just takes patience. So, I don't know. Let me know down below if you guys think that Pure is high-end or not. They are pretty expensive, so I'm not sure. But let me know what you guys think. We are down to the last 3 questions. So we are at number 12, and it is high-end brand that you used to love but are not crazy about anymore. This one was pretty easy because they haven't really wowed me lately, and it is Urban Decay. Now, my very first, just like many people, high-end palette was Urban Decay. And, I mean, they really haven't came out with anything that was like crazy good. Their Stoned Vibes palette, it's nice. Like, I like it, but it's not like, I used to be so excited about Urban Decay releases, and it's just, the excitement's not there anymore because they don't put out like crazy great things anymore. And that Stoned Vibes palette is ridiculously expensive for what you get. And the Ultraviolet Naked palette, I mean, it was good. And I was kind of excited about it, but not as excited as I used to be. I think that they need to like up their game just a little bit, maybe come out with more collabs or something. I don't know what to say to make them, you know, be as much more exciting as they used to be. But I'm sorry, it just has to be Urban Decay, you guys. Moving on, number 13, high-end product you didn't expect to love, but totally wowed you. So, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know Natasha Denona. I bought the Love palette. That was my very first, actually, I don't know, maybe the 5-pan palette was my first. But anyway, ever since I bought one of those two, like I couldn't stop. So I bought like 6 or 7, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 5 pans I have. And then I have 3 of the $65 ones. I have 2 of the bigger palettes, and I have her blush palette up there. And I've also bought like her blushes and stuff, her contour shades. I did not expect to fall in love with this brand as much as I have. It's super expensive, and I can't help but every release that she comes out with, like that Trio Chrome palette, I wanted it so bad, and I don't even know why. I mean, the Trio Chromes are not even that good, but I fell in love, and I have to have everything that comes out from her as far as palette wise anyway. I love the brand, and I'm excited to see the next palette that comes out. Maybe I should rephrase that. I love their palettes and their powders. So let's rephrase that. And I'm excited to see what the next palette is, and probably will get it. So moving on to our very last question. And I really had a good time doing this video. I hope you guys did as well. But number 14 is favorite high-end eyeshadow palette right now. Again, I didn't want to repeat things, but I couldn't lie. You guys know my Divine Rose 2 is my very favorite palette. Like, I reach for this so often because it's just the easiest thing to use. I mean, I've already spoke about it. I can't say enough good things about it, and I definitely would love to try more of her formulas because, I mean, they're great and you can't mess up. I love them, and they always come out looking beautiful. So, Pat McGrath, Divine Rose 2, favorite right now of all of my palettes. I have a lot of them. So, I hope you enjoyed that tag video, you guys. Like I said, I had a really good time filming this. It racked my brain a little bit trying to answer these questions. And like I said, also make sure you check out the other 3 ladies that I had mentioned earlier. Check out their videos and their channels because they are amazing. So thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Also, let me know if you guys would have picked anything different. I'd be really curious to know what your guys' choices were. Thank you so much for being here. Have a fantastic day, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.